only thing we can say is, wow, look at our studio this morning, followed by You Gotta Go to Rock City. Megan Jolly is here talking about Mountaintop Summers, is that right?
That's right.
And the people you brought with you have been friends of yours for a long time. This is John Stokes and his wife Dale, and they have Wings to Soar, and they're bringing quite the show your way, right, Megan?
Yes, that's right. They will do Birds of Prey shows every Thursday through Sunday this summer, starting this Friday and going through Labor Day. And then Reflection Writing will be with us with animals Mondays through Wednesdays.
We only have about 6 minutes, and so I want to fill in for you the real kind of headliners for you to keep in mind. So these three birds, you're holding a screech owl. You have Dale, a bald eagle.
That's correct.
You, John, have a
peregrine falcon.
They have all been in your care. I know you said you've had the eagle for 20 years.
That's correct.
How long have you had the falcon?
We've had him about 5 years now.
And the screech owl?
He's been with us for, it'll be 20 years in October.
So this is family for you.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, these two birds have been at a Rock City presentation since the beginning. We started in 2005, so.
They all have been injured in some way, pretty obvious. I'll start with you, Dale, and the eagle, because he's so gorgeous, but he is 34 years old.
Well,
when
he was 2 years old, he was in, of course, Florida, flying over and having a good time, and unfortunately somebody shot him. And he landed on the ground, and his wing was so severely damaged that it required removal to save his life. So he, unfortunately, is in human care, but fortunately, he's able to be an ambassador for the rest of his species and help raise awareness about the importance and the beauty of birds of prey.
You know what's amazing to me is to watch you hold him, and John, you were doing the same thing with the falcon, but look at you, Dale, how close you are to him.
Yeah.
He's not going to hurt.
We have a very close bond with one another.
Clearly.
When we first got him, he was very nervous and skittish and pretty much freaked out. So we worked with him for years, and now he's completely calm and comfortable. And
he does very well with Dale. He'll tolerate me, but he really likes Dale.
Well, birds are fascinating things. So you mentioned he will tolerate you, but he loves her.
Yes.
The falcon you're holding, you were telling me, had a human imprint, which I know what that means, but explain what that means.
He was raised from an egg, basically, hatched in human care, and instead of seeing his parent falcons, he was raised by a human. So there's a certain period in a bird's early life, whatever's in front of them, they've done a lot of studies with ducks and chickens, that's what they imprint on and think that they are for the rest of their lives. Now this bird was a hunting bird for a number of years, but the problem, in the spring he would court his trainer, and he does that to us too. And he was actually lost for about 3 months after the falcon released him to go hunting, and was found about 100 miles away. He was obviously feeding himself. His name is Zim, by the way, and the problem was spring was approaching, so the falconer had to bring him back in before he went and found himself an unsuspecting mate.
Turn him a little bit, John, so that they can see the markings on him if he'll let you. I know he's trying to watch you, but he's just fascinating to see. Where would he be native? Actually,
in this whole region, we've had a release program at Rock City for a number of years to try to restore him here. We've released a total of, I think, 18. 2 years ago, there was a peregrine falcon, actually a couple of peregrine falcons on the Truist building.
Really?
And one of the birds, it looked like it had a band on its leg. We never were able to get another clear photo of them, but we banded all the birds, put federal leg bands on all the birds we released, and it could have been one of our birds there, but we never got a clear look. But this is a bird, along with the bald eagle, that really came back after DDT was banned. But for the peregrine falcon, human intervention in the form of captive breeding release programs helped bring this bird back.
So all of this can be yours Thursday through Sunday when you go to Rock City, because that's when they're going to be doing their Birds of Prey show. They couldn't even bring everything. They have a vulture that's the star of the show.
Yes.
And we rearrange hairstyles. We'll be flying them right over your head.
Now talk about our little screech owl here. I've got a couple of minutes left, but would he or she surprise you? Because I couldn't pet her if I wanted to, could I?
He's right now he's a little freaked out in the proximity where he
because
is.
of the eagle.
Oh yeah.
Buddy
You've
was
got a dry sense of humor. He's a little freaked out because of where he is. That took me a minute.
Buddy was hit by a car over about 20 years ago in the spring. Owls hitting vehicles, most common form of injury for them coming into captivity. And his left eye is damaged, but also the facial bones. You see around his face called a facial disc, and that's like a parabolic reflector, like a satellite dish. And whenever they get hit in the head like that, if those bones can't be realigned, where they use their hearing to hunt with a lot, and that was his case. The bones on that side of his bad eye were not able to be realigned, so he had to stay in human care.
So, when they come to Rock City, Megan, admission into Rock City gets you admission to the show?
Absolutely, yes. And so this is offered every single day during the summer. There will be some kind of animal educational show that you'll get to see. And we have a fabulous new menu throughout the park, so a lot of new food offerings we're really excited about. And then there's some new gnome activities for kids.
Nice. And it's every day. The Birds of Prey show is just Thursday through Sunday. The Nature Center Reflection Riding will be there the other days. And I know he's a boy, but based on the way he's staring you down, he could be a great teenage girl too. Rock City, the information to get is seerockcity.com. If you're a member, does that get you in too?
Yes, gym members get in.
There you go.